It's Enrico Pallazzo!
Utah, give me 2.
Pallazzo!
Hello!
Utah, give me 2.
Woohoo! Welcome to the party, pal. Michael Govier and Mike Virginia here live. It is 1:03 Eastern Standard Time. We were recording this, and it's a beautiful day here in Michigan. I hope it's a beautiful day there in Maryland or Virginia.
Yeah, in Virginia.
Virginia.
It's okay. It's okay. It's a little chilly today. We're supposed to get like some crazy ass storm tomorrow, like thunderstorms, hail, rain, like
End of days.
Possible tornado. Yeah, like they're hyping it up pretty good too. Like they've been talking about it for like 3 days. So
They're the hype masters. There's no doubt about it. Weather people and hype go hand in hand. Just like Mike and Mike go hand in hand for fantasy baseball prep. We are in almost the final week. We've got 9-ish days until the kind of BS opening day. The real opening day is on a Thursday. So that Wednesday, though, we got the Giants and the Yankees on the 25th. And we're trying to give you as much information as we can. Mike, I really want to try to get out more stuff that we haven't said, that we haven't talked about yet, because we've done 6 of these other fantasy baseball prep shows already. So there's a whole playlist, by the way, everybody. If you want to go and listen to it or watch it, all 6 episodes are combined in the draft prep playlist, combined with all the other stuff that's been done by everybody this preseason.
absolutely. Still a lot of drafts to be had. A lot of people like waiting until the very final weeks leading up to opening day. So I know people watching this or listening to this later, I know you have a lot of drafts coming up. You're getting ready for it, and we're here to help. So if you're in the live chat, feel free to drop them in. Questions, you got them. Answers, we have them. So let us know.
Hell yeah. I mean, we got some ways to go here.
We are a long way from winning time, so pay attention.
Yeah. Long way from winning time. But these are where you can set the table for your victories. Right now, our Pallazzo Pals, are they still on the live stream over there? Sammy and Britton over at Tout Wars in New York City. I haven't checked it in a second, but I assume they're still grinding because it's an auction, live auction, which I was supposed to be a part of, but my flight was canceled by Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. You're wonderful. Spirit Airlines. We're here to serve you.
Did you get your did they give you a flight credit back on that, or how's that work? Or they give you your money back?
Wow, dude.
They gave me a refund.
Gotcha, good.
Because when they told us early that morning of the day of the flight, we were sleeping, and at that point, it was like Leanne had some scheduling stuff that she had to be here for, so we really were stuck. We were tight to our schedule that we had laid out. Fly in on Friday, get out on Sunday at 6. And if that couldn't be accommodated, then it was over. So they gave us a refund at least. But at this point now, it's going to be a running gag. Me at Tout Wars. This is the 3rd year in a row I've had someone for me in New York City. Justin Mason did it in 2024. Thank you, Justin.
Great job.
And then Anthony, our loyal Pallazzo pal here. He's always in the live stream. You guys know Anthony if you've been here before. He did it last year, and he's doing it again. He knows auctions, and I just let him do his thing. So he got me some guys, and we'll talk about that a little bit. But
Great job.
I just want to thank Anthony for making the effort. He lives in the area, so that's nice. Thank you, Anthony. You're a good man.
Maybe he dressed up like you. You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't that be funny? Like, if you had a beard and like just dressed up like you and came in, and everyone's like, "Wait a minute, are you really Govier?"
Pistol says, "Thank you, Michael Govier and Mike VA. My first draft coming up. Just sending my respect." Wow, we get respect. That's amazing.
Good luck, Pistol. Go get him, buddy.
Yeah, just remember, man.
We are a long way from winning time, so pay attention.
Very important. Brandon's welcome, Brandon. Good to see you, fellas. Would you make this trade? Well,
Yes.
we're gonna wait for you to. Yeah, do it. Lock it in. Done. Next, what's the trade, Brandon? Go ahead, hit us.
Yeah.
Send it in here. On the live chat's wide open, everybody. So jump in, do what you can. I just want to pop over here and see if this auction's still going on because Justin Mason had it. All right, go ahead. Take it away, Mike.
Scooble and Connor Griffin for Bobby Witt Jr. Which side do you like there?
Scooble and Connor Griffin for Bobby Witt Jr. And this is redraft?
Yeah, I was going to say, Brandon, this is an important piece. I don't recognize the handle. So if you're new here, subscribe to the YouTube channel and like all of us on all the socials. But it's important when you give out questions or ask questions that you give us as much details as possible. I know it's only so many characters and you're just trying to get it out, but like, is this a redraft format? Is this dynasty? Is it keeper? That would be helpful. In a vacuum here, and then also the format as well. But in a vacuum, you're essentially trading 2 first rounders. So Scooble and Bobby Witt are both going in the first, go 7-8 picks. And then you're adding Connor Griffin as a kicker there. So if it's redraft format, you're essentially talking about Scooble for Bobby Witt because we have no idea when Connor Griffin's going to be up. So if we're talking redraft, I go Bobby Witt. If it's dynasty, I'll go Scooble and Connor Griffin.
Get your ass to Mars.
Yeah, get your ass to Mars. Make sure you update us on every detail. But I would trade if this is dynasty. If this is a no-go for sure. If it's a keeper league, I wouldn't do this. So any additional information? He says, also found you guys last year. First time catching you live. All right, way to go, buddy. Woo! Brandon in the house. Yeah. You got your ass to Mars. Good job.
Get your ass to Mars.
Really proud of you, Brandon. Thank you. But I need more info, Brandon. I'm not going to answer it. I just need more info. I need you to tell me, is this a keeper league or not? Because this stuff is too important to just say, what the hell? But just type it in the chat and we'll bring it back up again, okay? We're here for you. We also got Roderick. What's up? Hey, guys. Would you target in a head-to-head with a 10-team fantasy league on the 10th, 11th pick? When would you go for a pitcher? So who are we targeting? Head-to-head, 10-team league, and he's at the very end, so he's got the back-to-back picks to end round 1 and begin round 2.
Well, we'll actually talk about this later in the show here, Roderick. So make sure you stick around later for some professional development, not just for head-to-head. Yeah, not just for head-to-head, but also points, roto, all that good stuff. So to answer your question in short, it really, and again, I hate answering these kind of questions with this answer, but it depends on how the rest of the draft is going, right? So like if all the top 3 are off the board the time it gets to you at number 10, like Scooble, Skeens, and Crochet are off the board, I'm not about just taking a pitcher just to take it. I might wait after that. So I would take obviously the best available hitter, and around that range, you're probably looking at Fernando Tatis, maybe Kyle Tucker in that range. That wouldn't be a bad back-to-back pick there for me, and then target maybe SP on your next go around. Maybe get like a Christopher Sanchez, somebody like that. But
you might luck into Ronald Acuna.
Yeah, I'm not saying I would just like automatically. This is the thing, and we're going to get with professional development here a little early. Gove, sorry.
Oh, we are.
Yeah,
okay,
I just want to talk about something.
Well, here we go. Here we go. Yeah. The Pallazzo Podcast presents Professional Development. This week,
you son of a bitch. That looks awesome. Never a dull moment here. I love that.
I tried to get it right a few times, and it was weird. That's weird. It's weird to see that. I am not, for the record, I am much thicker than that. I was not trying to make myself look different. I told it to make me fat, and it would make me fat, just for the record, okay?
You look sharp in that suit, buddy.
I do. I do. Man, I look sharp. Good in blue.
You do.
Anyway.
So really quick with this, and this goes for any format, okay? I like the idea of coming prepped with a plan, meaning I'm like, this is what I want to do, and this is, what I want to target and things like that. But back to my earlier point about on depending on how drafts go, I think you also have to be able to pivot during drafts as well. Go. I don't know how you feel about that, but
sure.
For instance, if you're targeting back-to-back SPs, for example, but then there's so much value with these hitters that come up, you're going to have to pivot and say, yeah, damn, like I wanted to do this, but there's no way I can pass up X, Y, and Z player. And that goes for every round, right? So
yep.
I think it's important to be prepared, but I also think it's very important in drafts to be flexible and being able to pivot to areas of need. Value is super important for me. And then who's available. So I'm not about just taking a player just because like a big run of SPs goes off the board. That's just my personal take on drafting. So if a big run on SPs goes off the board first, I'm not going to fall in line behind that. I might say, wow, the first 6 SPs just went, and now I have a top 5 draft pick in my lap or something along those lines. I'm making it up, of course, but
sure.
That's something I think is very pivotal to answer your question there, Roderick. Would I go for pitchers? It depends. And that goes for every round that you're in, not just at the 10th and 11th pick.
Yeah, Roderick also telling us he's from the Netherlands. We got a subscriber from the Netherlands. Woo!
Nice, dude. Thank you.
That's awesome. That's like the coolest thing I've heard in a long time. I love that YouTube can go worldwide and we can talk baseball anywhere on this globe. That is so cool, Roderick. Thank you for being here, truly. I will tell you, there's a fine line between pivoting and getting desperate. You want to have multiple guys that are part of your roster construction layout. You shouldn't just go into the draft with a queue and say, well, we'll see what happens. You should know which positions have more depth or less. And if a guy drops, that doesn't mean you need to take him. If you weren't going to take him in the first place, that's not the pivot you want to make, Mike. Like, oh, looks like someone's falling because of possible, like Josh Hader is a great example, right?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't want Josh Hader in the first place, but he keeps falling, and now you're changing your tune.
Well, that's a different story. Yeah, for those types of situations, yes. But like I said, if we're talking first round and all the SPs go off the board early, or maybe they get vaulted up, and I don't think he mentioned what format it was. He did say it was head to head. And again, if the top 5 pitchers go in the first 10 picks, that means a hitter is going to fall to you at that point, right? So, am I taking a pitcher just because 5 others didn't? No. And it's a good point. You're pivoting within the pivot, right? So it's situational. It depends on what player we're talking about, obviously. Like Josh Hader is a great example, and Blake Snell. Those guys will continue to fall in drafts just because they're injured. I think there's a maybe a point where you can draft them, but I'm not overly in on doing that. But at the same time, too, like Govier said, if you're already out on those players just because there's value there 5 rounds past their ADP, that doesn't mean we're taking them. So.
Yes, exactly. I think that's a good way to look at it. That is. Yeah. And remember that the guys you wanted, if you don't get them, there should be 3 guys that you're looking at when your pick's coming around. In my opinion, I like to have at least 3 guys, and hopefully one of those 3 guys will remain. And depending on the positional situation, again, it's good to have this all kind of gridded out, you know. On NFBC, they have a roster grid you can look at while you're drafting. That's a great tool to have, but you should try to do your own roster grid because, you know, this year, I feel like first base, if you didn't get a first baseman in the first, I don't know, 7, 8 rounds, it falls off quite a bit. That's been my experience this year. So, for example, building a roster that you feel comfortable with at each position, you know, if you get a Matt Olson, you're going to be happy later. Maybe you feel like you can wait for an Alec Burleson, and that's fine too. But I found myself in a real tough spot in my first draft last month at Glarf, which is the Great Lakes Area Roto Fantasy, part of Earth. Awesome stuff. Shout out to Dave McDaniel. Oh, my God. I'm sorry, Dave. Dave McDonald. Jesus. I'm an idiot. But, yeah, that was my experience. So since that draft, I've been looking at first more quickly, trying to get one of these guys that I feel confident in. But if you have a different view, then do what you got to do. But it's all about your personal work and analysis.
But that's a great point, too. So Gove did this earlier on in draft season, right? And has figured that out with first base, and now is carrying that lesson with him in later draft. So that's what I mean by Taco Bell.
That's Jake Hallisker. Hey, Jake. Making fun of me because I said Dave McDaniel, probably. Thanks, Jake.
Changing your tune, right? But I mean that in a good way, in terms of learning things as you progress, not just draft to draft, but also round by round. You got to be able to pivot, and you got to be able to understand value, but also making sure that it fits into your strategy. So
that's professional development, folks, which we're here to help you guys. We've always done that segment. We continue to do it because we're here to help make a difference. The Pallazzo Podcast presents.
Looks like you're about to sell me something, and I'm already buying. If you walk with me with that much swagger, I'm like, I'm in. Whatever you're selling me, I'm good.
Okay, going back to our pal here, Brandon, he gave us clarity, and see, I'm glad we asked because look, it is Dynasty, so that's a huge difference, and it's Roto. And he also wants to let us know that he always listens at 1.5 times speed when I catch the episode, so it sounds like you're on sedatives.
Great job.
Yeah. So this sound. My name is Michael Govier. I speak fast. I talk a lot about fantasy baseball every single day. Can't wait to see what that sounds like later.
Right.
Okay, but remember the original trade now with the Dynasty caveat. This changes things a lot. You get Scooble and Connor Griffin. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'd do that trade.
No qualms.
Nah, I'm saying here's the thing. Like Connor Griffin's unproven, right? I mean, you know what you're getting in Bobby Witt, but how old is Scooble?
He's 30. 29, 30. Yeah, off the top of my head.
Oh man, this is tough now. Just how many more elite years do we get from school, would you say?
Elite years?
Yeah.
3?
Yeah. I think Connor Griffin is essentially, and everyone has made the comp, not me, because I just haven't seen enough of it, but people have made the comp. Connor Griffin is the bigger version of Bobby Witt. So
don't Do I look tough? Yeah. Do I look like one of those guys in like a Guy Ritchie movie? You know, like The Gentleman or what is the classic one, Snatch? Does this guy look like he's from Snatch? The Pallazzo Podcast presents. Just imagine I own a weed farm and I'm like I kill people with pigs.
No, that's an ATV you're about to sell me.
Oh, that's right. The ATV salesman Govier, yeah.
That's the financing. You're in the financing department. After I want to buy it, I go see a video on how to get a good deal. So
I forgot about that.
Hey, I want to quickly say something else about the professional development thing here too, and I can't.
Oh,
stress
please,
this
yes.
enough. Yeah, I can't stress this enough. Do not, and I think this happens I've been in a lot of drafts in the Mike Virginia Invitational and also in my Dynasty League. If people make a pick and then they walk away from the screen or the computer or go do some other shit, make sure you guys have loaded up in your queue. As soon as you make a pick, your very next thing is, hey, and Yahoo does a good job of this around like, hey, your next pick should be these guys that'll be around at that time. You should be loading your queue and then figuring out from there, like, all right, these guys could probably fall to be my next pick. And then to Govier's point, have at least 3 dudes that you can have in there where if you get sniped on some of these players, hopefully one of those 3 will still be available. But I think it's a reason why I like fast drafts comparatively to slow drafts. It's a whole nother strategy that comes into play here. Hot take. Because you're going up against a much faster clock, which means you have to be ready. And I think there's something to be said for that. So make sure your queue is loaded. As soon as you make a next pick, your next, I think, should be, hey, who am I drafting next? Immediately. I mean, Yo, Rumsfeld. Yeah, where's that
Rumsfeld? Jake, there you go, Jake. Yo, Rumsfeld. TJ Rumsfeld tribute. I do think I have the immediately. I'll have to find that one. But yeah, that's a good call. Good stuff here. Yeah, a ton of other stuff here. The chat is bumping and hot. I want to make sure we give people their due here. Chad was talking about Seth Halverson is available. So in theory, I could go from bad team closer carousel and have Harris, Leisure, and Halverson with Joyce waiting in the wings. He was essentially wanting to know if he should stash Ben Joyce.
Yeah.
I'm not I like Kirby Yates in that bullpen this year. So that's my immediate response.
Yeah, so do I. And then there's Reed Detmers, I think, is going to end up having a chance at that role too at some point. I know a lot of people want him to be a starter. That ship has sailed, guys. He's with Captain Jack. Reed Detmers,
he is a starter now. So you're saying he's going to fail?
100%. They'll move him back.
Oh, wow.
Wow. They'll move him back to the bullpen. It's just some guys just don't have it and don't have it. And he had a great year in the bullpen. I don't know why they're looking to do that, but I think he gets a shot at the closer role at some point too. But Kirby Yates is my guy too. Ben Joyce.
Throw no hitter.
Yeah. Ben Joyce is a guy that is waiting in the wings, but he's coming off surgery too. So I doubt they let him just back in that role full time, but we'll see. It's worth noting he talked about Halverson. Vodnik got his tits rocked yesterday. So Halverson could be a guy. Now I do think they give Victor Vodnik the first crack at that closer role, but Halverson's a good spec ad.
Halverson's elbow is scary. I wouldn't deal with that at all. I'm not a fan, not interested. I liked him last year, but the elbow is still a problem. Cubby Dole's in the house. What's up, Cubby? All right. Shout out to Frank.
Actually, I stole this shirt from Frank.
Buy the dip, he says. And who was the dip on originally?
I don't know.
Anybody? Just buy the dip always? Is that like Diamond Hands, right? Let's see here. Boy, you guys are really talking. Now you're having a conversation. Shrek Spears here. Mr. Varsho is going to pop the hell off this year. And that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. Yo, Rumsfeld! Okay. People keep drafting Varsho and I just keep letting him pass by. I have no interest in him.
I have him in part of the show sheet later, and part of one of our segments. He's been tearing it up this spring. I'm not buying either. I've never been a Dalton Varsho guy. I never have been. But he is starting to turn the wheel here a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, for me at least.
Ooh, okay. All right. Very cool. Boy. Okay, we'll try to keep up. You guys are crushing it. Oh, here's Joe G in the house. What's up? Yates or Sewald for saves? Yeah, Paul Sewald started to gain a lot. I remember a month ago at the Glarf draft with Dave McDonald and Jake Hallisker, my boys, and everybody else in Glarf. Shout out to Glarf. I was laughing about the fact that Paul Sewald was done, dead, over. But now a month later, his velocity seems to be okay from what I'll have to double check that, but that's what I kind of got a hint of. And he had a really good run with them before.
It's higher than it was been. Like he's still in the low 90s, which is not good, but he does have some other stuff, other pitchers in there that are nasty. So if we're talking about saves for Arizona, I do like Paul Sewald over Thompson and Ginkel, but my confidence on that is 60.
Ginkel's Garbo.
Yeah.
Ginkel's been there forever. He's never taken this job. Like 5 years, literally 5-year opportunity. No. I did draft Sewald in the Raz Slam for what it's worth. Now that's best ball, so I just took a shot. And that was a late closer. Also, closers don't have nearly the value in the Raz Slam as they do in other leagues. They're very, very low on the totem. Am I allowed to say totem pole? Is that not cool anymore? I don't know. I don't mean any offense by it. Just grew up saying that it is a way to check where we are. Like this guy's up here, this guy's down here. So if I'm fired, oh wait, nobody can fire me. This is our own show. Yay!
Nobody says woo around here except me.
We don't have Stone Cold. That's the best I could do. So.
I'll say Yates for this one.
I think I still prefer Yates by a hair, yeah. But it's getting interesting, and I'm surprised by that. Romo was, remember this guy? Welcome back. Romo was better than Aikman, 39-32. Good to see you again.
Yes.
Does McGonigal break camp with the team? I play in head-to-head points, -1 for whiffs. Oh, that's tough. Seems built to be a stud in this format. I think so. I think
he'll make the team.
Oh, wow. Outsider's opinion.
Great job.
Okay.
Wow, dude.
I love it.
I don't see how you can. I mean, he's played his ass off to be a starting shortstop / third baseman, which he did play yesterday, I believe. He played some third base. So I don't see how you can't put this guy on opening day.
Go Tigers.
If he's not on the team opening day, that's going to be a bad look for Detroit. So I understand he's young in spring training, but especially with the lockout coming next year, not to yuck anybody's yums, but I do think it's a situation where he has a chance at winning the AL Rookie of the Year for sure.
The way the roster is shaking out right now, it seems like it's very possible. And I said he'd play shortstop like a month ago, and I wasn't being a Tigers homer. I was trusting my guy, Rogelio Castillo, part of Tigers Minor League Report. Shout out to Rogelio. Please check out their YouTube channel, doing awesome work over there. He was supporting it, and so I just followed his lead. I'm in. I don't have any shares yet, though, in redraft, just for the record, but I am interested. Okay, wow. So we've just kind of been all over the place so far. A lot of fun. People are motivated. I wanted to update real quick our pals, like I said earlier, Britton and Sam. Here they are, still grinding. Live.
Is that Britton right there in the plaid shirt?
You know it is. You kidding me? Look at that head of hair. You can't mistake that.
I wish he had our live stream open, like in the bottom corner of his screen.
Sam is right next to him. It's hard to see, but
Chris.
You barely see Sam's right arm there on the left.
And he's brushing his luscious beard right now.
He is. That is correct. Very good. Let's see what they're saying. Can you hear what they're saying?
Wilson Contreras for
Wilson Contreras.
1, 3. Wilson Contreras for 3.
Ooh, Wilson Contreras for 3.
5. Chris says going once. 6 says Clay going once. Going twice. 7 for Wilson Contreras.
Oh, someone snuck in the last second.
8 for Clay going once.
8 for Wilson Contreras. 9.
Going once. 10 for Lauren going once.
Wow.
11 Chris going once.
Wow.
Going twice.
Is that Towers in the back?
Sold. Wilson
Towers is there.
11 to Chris.
I don't. It does look like his beard a little bit. You know what's funny is I don't know what Anthony looks like.
Brendan Donovan.
Brendan Donovan's up next. Anyways, you can go catch that live stream if you want to. It's still available over on Justin Mason's YouTube channel. Wow. We have as many subscribers as Justin Mason. I'm very proud of us. So,
wow.
But it's not about competition, guys, right? It's about supporting the community. We don't compete.
Thank you. I love that.
Okay. So where do we go from here? I guess we got to knock out the business time right quick because I had a few things I want to say. Mike, you can start talking about that. Go ahead and start talking about the business of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. For those of you guys who have been living under a rock and have not been checking us out, we do a pre-opening day show called Bozo Fest. It will not be held on. It'll be held on the day of the one game that they have. I can't remember who's playing.
Giants, Yankees.
Yeah, so it'll be on that Wednesday. Opening day's on a Thursday. So we'll be doing the show that Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Plenty of folks from the industry. It's going to be myself, Michael Govier. People will be stopping by left and right. Obviously, all the main Pallazzo boys, but also a lot of
Calling our shots.
Yeah, a lot of folks in the industry will be in there. It's like a huge screen of just windows and everybody talking baseball. So it'll be really fun. Make sure you check it out. It is can't miss. Please circle your calendars. Come check us out. Also on that show, I'll be giving away a free jersey, second year. So make sure you guys enter. All you have to do is go to my Twitter page, look at the pinned tweet, retweet, like, and follow Pallazzo. It could be you. It could be you. Why not you? Right? So I'll ship the damn thing to your house. So all you have to do is do that. So, and if you guys didn't check us out on Friday, I had Marty Tallman on Friday to do. There's my Twitter page at _MikeVA. I had Marty Tallman on Friday. We talked about his sleepers, targets, and busts. Make sure you guys check that out if you haven't done so already.
Love you, Marty. Marty's the man. Shout out to Marty. Okay, good. Well done, Mike. There's Mike's Twitter page. Go check that out and get that jersey. Let's see. We've got a bunch of shows that are about to go down here. So besides the Bozo Fest on the 25th, the Wednesday night, the day before the full slate on Thursday, which is the real opening day to me, I'm going to have my old pal Steve, my friend from high school. We've known each other forever. He's an excellent fantasy baseball player. It should be an annual thing, but he hasn't been on much, and he needs to be on. So me and him are going to talk ball next Tuesday, and then Andy Bell and I are going to talk ball on Wednesday because I wanted to get Andy on, give him some love. And then Britton's doing a Dingers tribute show with the original Dingers crew of Robbie Baseball, who's part of our show now, and Ty from the, if you know Dingers or you ever remember it, it was a great podcast, Robbie and Ty. So it's going to be a lot of fun with Britton, Robbie, and Ty. That'll be Tuesday night, which is also the same night after that I'll be doing another show with Russell Withers, Armchair Roto, because we want to get him on every year. Last year he couldn't come on, but we tried to get him on every year because he's got a lot of good predictions. He was one of the guys who originally called out Spencer Strider when he first became something. So Russell knows his stuff. He's also got his own Discord channel in our Discord, which is totally free 24/7. And you can find that link in our description of the video, blah, 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 blah. All right. And then thank you to the YouTube subs who keep coming in. We love you guys. You make it better for us. And the Patreon, I got the ADP blackout rankings I did, but I've got Govier's guys. I've got draft results from my drafts. I did my home league draft yesterday. We'll talk about that. Mike's got a draft tonight, right?
I do. I have a home draft with my boys. I've had this league for like 20 plus years. We've had some people come and go, but there is probably 5 or 6 foundational guys that have been there with me for 20 plus years. It's really fun. We talk a lot of shit. Even though it's a low entry fee, it's probably the most competitive league that I'm in just because there's not a guy who rests. I mean, I'm talking like wake up at 3 a.m. when waivers hit. It is very cutthroat. So I'm very much looking forward to it. I love
Great job.
this time of year. I've had this circled on my calendar and it's finally here. So all morning I've been doing fantasy baseball draft prep. So it's been super fun. I'm very excited.
Thank you, Jesus.
Hell yeah. Love it. Love it. Okay, there you go. So that's pretty much everything you need to know. Go check out all that stuff. We're here to support you, make a difference. This is crunch time. All the info you need and then some is happening now. Robbie's here. Hey, Robbie. You guys go check out Robbie. He's great. He's on the show Monday night, Prospects Power Hour with Big Ben and Sammy Wershing. Look at that beard. That's correct. The beard still exists. Shave it so I can make a wig. Oh, interesting. Well, when I do shave it, I'll definitely save it for you, Robbie, and we'll see what you can do with the hairs. These disgusting, a lot of food on these hairs, you know. Everything I've ever done in the last 3 months is on this hair. So just take that in, okay? All right, let's get into leading off.
Good. Our first catch of the day.
All right, so catch of the day. We always kick things off. We got the spring training hype machine going on, the World Baseball Classic. I don't care. Apparently, Japan lost, big upset. But if you enjoy it, great, have fun. I'm just concerned that the WBC is screwing up our situation, which I care most about, which is fantasy baseball and the results that happened this year.
Yeah. What do you mean by screwing up the results? What do you mean, like guys getting hurt kind of thing?
Yeah, like just, I mean, we've already had Seiya Suzuki got hurt.
Yep.
I'm concerned about that now. There was Hae-Sung Kim, but it seems like he's okay for Korea. Just some injuries here that are of concern to me. And also just the fallout. What would be the impact? Some of these guys are really trying hard for their countries. And will that be a negative once the season starts? Will they be more locked in? Will it be a benefit? I just don't know.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. I'm kind of torn because I think there's something to be said to get into the swing of things, no pun intended, about people playing and getting accustomed to timing and with hitting and pitching. So, but there's also the same time too, like how does that fit into 162 game season after that? Especially for the pitchers like Skeens and Logan Webb and some of these other guys that are pitching. So. And then Zach Neto got hurt. Stars bringing it up in here too. My boy Zach Neto sounds like he's going to be fine. He said he'll be ready for opening day, but as Dave McDonald likes to say, players lie. So you never know. We'll see how it goes with Zach Neto. But does this push down Neto or Seiya Suzuki for you down draft boards? If let's say you're drafting tonight.
Tonight, nah. I mean, not really. Because it's nothing serious, right? So far. I mean, what's the story on Seiya? We don't know yet, or
yeah, I haven't heard anything.
The biggest loss for me is Kyle Teal and that damn hammy. That really hurt me.
Yeah.
I've drafted Kyle Teal on every team I've drafted so far this year. Now these are all 2-catcher leagues, so again, caveat for people who don't give a shit about that. But that hurt. That sucked. So it's not a season ender, but it's just a disappointment. And now I got to maneuver on the first waiver wire at a catcher. Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be interesting. Hamstrings are never good, especially for a catcher, too. But maybe we see him DH more when he does come back to keep him fresh and healthy. Catching under a bum hammy is never good. So,
knee contusion for Seiya. So, okay. Those are hurt. I remember I was playing flag football once and I got a bone bruise on my thigh. It fucking hurt, man. It hurt for days. It was awfully painful, but it was no worse long term, no structural issues. But it hurt.
Yeah, right. If
you're
Jordan,
you would have been impressed. You would have been really impressed.
I'm sure I would have. If you're Jordan Alvarez, that is a knee contusion is 100 games missed for sure, though. So there it is. That's my only Jordan Alvarez.
Wow, dude.
That's it. Okay, thanks everybody. Thanks for coming out. See you later. Bye bye. Mike is out of here. Yeah, whatever. Jordan, give me all the Jordan in the world and then some. Anything else? Catch of the day wise you want to mention, Mike?
No, but I think it's interesting to note as well. There's a lot of guys that are climbing up draft boards where how their spring training is going. I don't know if you've seen that, Gove. For instance, like a guy like Matt McClain, who's just unworldly right now.
What about Jason Dominguez?
Yeah. I don't know where he fits in the Yankees' plans, to be 100% honest. Isn't that outfield already crowded as is with Grisham and Bellinger and Judge? Like, where does he fit?
People keep saying this. They keep saying this, but I'm telling you, the guy was still able to steal 23 bags last year, hit 10 home runs and like 300-ish plate appearances, I believe, off the top of my head. So he's only getting better. He's going to fit in. Someone's going to get hurt. So I'm just banking on that. Yes, right now it looks a little more murky, but I don't trust Stanton to stay healthy. Someone else is going to go down. So I've been drafted Dominguez everywhere.
Interesting. Yeah, he fell pretty quick in our TGFBI league, which we just wrapped up this morning, or at least I did. So crazy.
We got to give Robbie some love because he has a real question for us. He wants redraft thoughts. Robbie, a dynasty guy through and through. What are the redraft situation here on Owen Casey in Miami? I'm buying in dynasty, thinking Miami is moving guys out of his position.
I don't know. Maybe.
Because like Griffin Conine's not going to, they want Owen Casey to play is what he's implying.
Yeah, I think that's what he's implying. Yeah, who knows? I mean, I just haven't seen enough from him to have a strong opinion either way. But for those of you guys who don't know, Owen Casey is the guy that came over in the Edward Cabrera trade from the Cubs. So he is now with the Miami Marlins. If they want him to play, I don't know, to be honest with you, Robbie. I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like I know what I'm talking about with him, but because I just haven't seen enough at the major league level yet. I think he's a good buy right now. I think a lot of people have probably forgotten about him. And especially if he's getting everyday playing time in Miami, I think that'd be a good spot. So that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, his bat is legitimate. His way out of his way. Thank you, Robbie. There you go. Clarifying. He's got the power, and they're going to let him play. I think you're right. It does look like they're. I really like Heriberto Hernandez. I think he can play. He showed some flashes last year. He's another outfielder in the mix. And it's just a matter of how they end up. Is Christopher Morel at first base a long term? Is he going to be there all year? Yeah. Estuary Ruiz, he's coming a comeback year with the Marlins. No. So I think you're right. I think Owen Casey is cleared for takeoff to play.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of, do I believe we'll get enough out of him in redraft this year to make him viable this year?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's scared. I can tell Mike. Mike's nervous.
Yeah.
Don't do
Sorry,
it.
that doesn't help you.
So you better run a check.
Mike's got to run a check on this Owen Casey stuff. Well, if you don't, you can run a check, or you can mail it in and give it up. It's your call.
Yeah.
You could also, if you don't feel comfortable with Owen Casey this year, you could skip it and just shut it down. So just shut it down. Just shut them down. All right. So, okay, what else are people saying here? Blah 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 blah. Star keeps saying this. Keep your eye on Daniel Espino in the minors. He's healthy. This is the Cleveland pitcher. A lot of hype. Had some rough injuries, some tough times. He wants us to know this.
He has been a forgotten thought for me, Star. Daniel Espino. I feel like that was decades ago, but it really hasn't been that long, and he cannot stay healthy. Him and Walker Jenkins for the Twins have just real rough stretches of injuries recently. So,
yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into some player battles. We got more on our Two Little Mice segment here in the Pallazzo Podcast. 2 L's,
Utah.
2 Z's.
Two little mice fell in a bucket of cream.
All right, the first one, Mike. I've done the work today. Trevor Rogers versus Tanner Bybee. Do you have an immediate answer to this, Michael?
Ooh, Trevor Rogers, and I know it's going to come off like a homer. I really do like both of these players. Trevor Rogers is going to get the ball opening day. I think from a ERA and WHIP perspective, I think you go Trevor Rogers. But I think from a K and possibly wins. I think
Keep
wins
talking.
are
I need to get my charger.
That's okay. I think for wins, they're probably even, but it really depends on the rest of your build, right? So I would go Trevor Rogers here if I'm looking to stabilize my ratios. And he can strike out guys, but maybe not the same clip as Tanner Bybee. Tanner Bybee's had some rough stretches recently over the past couple of seasons. I do like him as a buy low. I think his price is very appealing, but I will take Trevor Rogers here in hopes that he can repeat last year's season. I do think he'll regress a little bit. Probably won't see that under 2 ERA, but give me Trevor Rogers here. What say you, Gove?
Look at that, right on cue. I'm going Bybee, man. I'm a Bybee guy. I love him. He pitched really good late in the year, the playoff run. It's a Bybee through and through. I don't believe that Rogers can do what he did again. I'm suspect. I think Bybee's is a lot more safe. A safer play, but everyone in the chat is disagreeing with me. Rogers more upside. Rogers easy. So I lose. Just remember I said it. I love Bybee over Rogers. That's fine. We don't have to debate it any further. Next one. We've got Marcus Semien versus Ozzie Albies.
Ooh, that is a good one.
That's a good one. All right. I did my job.
Utah. Give me 2.
So both have not been playing well over the past couple of seasons. I think both of them have dealt with their fair share of injuries. Semien now with the Mets should bat in the anywhere between 1 through 6 in that lineup. Where he slots in, I don't know yet. But I've always been a Marcus Semien guy. I think you know that about me.
True,
but
that's why I asked this one.
Yeah, Ozzie Albies for me, like I still think he has some left in the tank. I don't think if you look at his stats from last year, he didn't actually play that bad. I think the underlying metrics might be something to argue against that, but this is a tough one, man.
Oh boy, he doesn't know what to do. I mean, Ozzie Albies, I have this whole thing. First off, let me clarify. I'm really in on almost all the Braves hitters this year because it seems like all of them, all the ones we love most in fantasy, didn't just have one bad year. They had 2 bad years. And Brian Snitker won a World Series as the manager, right? In 2021, that wonderful ride, Jorge Soler, good times, noodle salad. By the way, kind of like Soler this year if he's healthy. Don't forget him. Late power pick. But Snitker really must have just shit the bed big time, because it seems like something happened there. And I don't have the deets on any personal details here, but a lot of players had bogus seasons back to back, not just because of injury. So I'm buying big that there's a rebirth here for Atlanta in 2026. And Ozzie Albies is part of that. I'm taking Albies over Simeon just because Albies is younger. He's got more pop. I think he can do more for fantasy purposes this year than Simeon can at his age.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Albies here. It pains me to say that as well. But
Marcus
Simeon is very close for me.
Wow, dude.
I think he's in a much better lineup, and I think he'll be in a better spot. He is older in the tooth, which also factors into my longer in the tooth is what I meant to say. He factors into my decision here. So I would go Albies here as well. In hopes, because here's the thing too, Gov. I said that last year with the Atlanta Braves resurgent year, and it didn't happen because everybody got hurt. So who knows?
Interesting. Star says it's because they don't rest the Braves. That's why they fatigue and get hurt. Well,
that is true. I think Matt Olson actually came out and said, like, I don't want to sit. Like, I don't need days off. I want to play. I think a lot of their guys said that when they were actually playing well. But then that also, to double side of that coin, right? You get injuries. So.
Yeah, and then when you get hurt, you know what you got to do.
Shut them down. Shut them down.
Shut them down.
Shut them down. That's it. Simeon says Chad has the remarkable ability to look like absolute shit most of the year, but then still have a decent final line. It's very much like end stage Jose Abreu. Oh yeah, I remember this. End of days Jose Abreu in Houston. That was rough. Just to have hope this isn't the cliff. Yeah, that's not a bad comp. I will say that is interesting, but it also feeds into my not on the Simeon bandwagon at all. So I admit that my bias does exist there. Here on the Pallazzo Podcast, Mike Virginia, Mike Govier here, MJ Govier _ Mike VA on Twitter. Check out Mike's VA notes and hashtag Mike VA notes. They're awesome. Next one, Two Little Mice. This time it's a pitcher. Bubba Chandler versus Jack Leiter.
Wow, another good one.
I'm on a roll today.
I'm going to go Bubba Chandler here, and I fully admit my bias here. I loved Bubba Chandler last year. I love him again this year. I think the upside for K's is probably higher than Jack Leiter. I do like Jack Leiter too. Star saying Chandler as well. I like Jack Leiter as well, but I think the upside is greater with Chandler, so give me Chandler here.
Something's happened to me recently, Mike.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I have opened a portal in my heart, a little section for Jack Leiter, and it's been coming on strong recently. And I didn't have it there before, and last year I was not a fan. But I look at his numbers, I look where he's at, and then I think about the ballpark. I mean, the whole Rangers staff seems like you want all these guys on your roster this year. So Bubba Chandler he's got more hype. Jack Leiter's been up here a little bit longer, and I think he's a little bit more advanced. You might not get the Ks that Bubba can give you in a apex game, like a 13K game or something like that. But I think you'll get more consistency and better ratios by the season's end if you go Jack Leiter over Bubba Chandler.
There you go. I was very big on Jack Leiter last year. If you remember, we were in our group chat, the Pallazzo group chat, and I kept hyping him up. That's
right. Oh yeah, I remember that.
So I was a big Jack Leiter guy, but these are really good that you've put together. So I'm going to go Bubba Chandler here, but I like the upside better. I think the ceiling. Here's the thing: I think the ceiling's higher with Bubba. I think the floor is probably safer with Jack Leiter.
These are conundrums I've been running into in drafts. So these are real world problems, folks, and you're going to run into them. Trust me. All right, next one. We got two more. We're moving on. Two Little Mice segment here. Player Battles 2026 drafts. We've got this one's I like this one. It's not as high up, but you'll be deep in your recesses of your drafts, and you'll run into Colt Keith versus Mark Vientos.
Ooh. I'm gonna go Colt Keith. I'm changing my stance on Vientos. I said this earlier in draft season when Britt and I think we did one of our very first shows. I was talking about Vientos, and I think I talked about it with the Triple Play guys too, David and Doc. But he's off to a terrible start in spring training. Gov, I don't know if you've seen that. I think he's below 100 actually. I will bring it up. I just don't know if there's going to be enough playing time for him there. But so I think it has to be Colt Keith Yeah, he's batting .048. So he's got 1 hit on so far out of 21 at bats. It's just not looking good.
So don't draft him immediately.
Immediately. Yeah, I'm not touching Mark Vientos. Still only 26. Give me Colt Keith.
Give me back my son.
Immediately, give me back my son. I brought this one up. Also, Uncle Ted saying Leiter and Chandler aren't close at ADP. It's not about ADP. I'm just putting guys together that are on the same positions. That's all it really is. They share positional. That's the only connection you're really seeing here. Star says Vientos, but I don't want either of them. Ooh,
yeah,
ultimate.
I don't want to
put you in a corner. Yeah, nobody puts baby in a quarter, huh?
I apologize.
I didn't mean to do this to you guys, but I've done it. So sorry. Buzzkill. Oh, Buzzkill's here.
Where's the Matt Olson horn?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Matt Olson horn. That's right. We need that immediately. You're right. Colt Keith should grow this year. This should be remember, this guy signed it was a small deal, but they locked him up early. It was like an 8-year deal for $42 million because they wanted to lock him in. He had similar hype, as someone mentioned in our chat last week, to Kevin McGonigal. Not the number one prospect type that McGonigal gets now, but he was a top Tigers hitting prospect without question, right?
Yeah.
So year 3, he should really be able to put it together. And he was able to hit for a decent average in the minors. So I'm expecting a batting average bump from Keith this year. And the key difference right now between Vientos and Keith is that Colt Keith has more of assured playing time than Vientos, right?
Mm-hmm. Has to. Yeah, I would say so. It almost have to be. I don't see how you could leave. I mean, I know it's only spring training, but Vientos is off to he was already in a platoon role going into the season. I don't see how this spring is going to help him get out of that. So,
yeah, see?
Matt Olson.
Uncle T says Keith had a higher barrel percentage than Gunnar last year. And Dirty Bird's here. Hey, guys. Colt Keith is the one. Cool Keith. Cool or Colt,
Cigarettes?
whatever. Cigarettes?
Cool?
Yeah. Colt Keith is now doing advertisements for cool cigarettes. That's right. Lucky. That's Jay Bird. Is Jay Bird Dirty Bird? I can't remember if it's you or not, Jay Bird, but I think you are. My old pal here. Our old pal. Uncle T said Keith had 468 and 556 PAs last year. Vientos won't come close to that. This is the thing, guys. Vientos hit 27 $27 2 years ago, and his hard hit rate stayed strong. Like all the underlying metrics are, he's hitting the ball hard. He's still that guy, but there's something else here that I'm missing, because I think Vientos is the kind of guy where we look back and he has 30 home run pop, but we're looking at the roster and saying, well, he doesn't have anywhere to play, so season's over. But that's not how this stuff works. Injuries all season long. We run it. We deal with this all season long. We get so short-sighted in the spring. We really do. And you can't see it. And people say, well, there's no clear sign. Is this your first year playing fantasy baseball, everybody? I mean, come on, remember this stuff.
Wow.
Remember this stuff. So,
everyone is going to play 162 games. No one will sit.
That's right. No
one will get injured.
I wanted to give a shout out, Mike Curlin, friend of the show, friend of mine. He's got his MLB playing time over on Prospects Live. And this stuff is awesome. I've been checking it out the last couple of days. So I just wanted to give a shout out too, as we can look at, playing time opportunities, platoon situations, changes in the last 48 hours. This is a great interface. It really looks good. So I want to give credit to this. Go check this out, prospectslive.com/playing-time. But just Google it or go find Mike Curlin's Twitter and you'll find it really quick. Colt Keith batting 6 versus righties in a good. This lineup should be better this year. He's not going anywhere. Now lefties, it looks like he's not in there. That's not great. But I'm just banking that Colt Keith is going to take a step forward this year, and the playing time is more assured. So this is tight for me, but I'm going to go Colt Keith by a hair. He also has second base and third base eligibility, which matters to me.
There you go. Like it.
That was a tough one. That is a tough one. All right. Last one. Two little mice. This is I think this is interesting. Abner Uribe versus Dennis Santana. Closers.
Very interesting. Abner Uribe will not start the season as the closer. I'm going to lock myself in on that. It will be Trevor McGill.
Wow.
I'm going to be honest here. Go
wow, dude.
Oh, he did up.
A little bit of a hot take. I think Abner Uribe is getting a little bit too much helium here. I think he's got good stuff, but I think they want Trevor McGill to be the guy there if he's healthy. And the guy saved 30 games last year. Now, I know a lot of people are going to get in the live chat and say, "Oh, Mike, the PRP injection, you got to be worried." Of course I am. But he touched 98 the other day. So that's good. So how long that holds up, I don't know. But I'm still drafting Trevor McGill first before I'm drafting Abner Uribe. And Dennis Santana should be on a better team here with Pittsburgh and should have that closer role to himself. So if we're talking about it from a pure saves perspective, give me Dennis Santana to start. Yeah, sorry, buzzkill everybody on Abner Uribe.
I don't know. I don't have a good answer to this one, but I just want to present it. I don't know what to do. This is so difficult. I watched Dennis Santana slip, and I didn't end up drafting him in a league, but he was just sitting there still. His K per 9 last year wasn't outstanding. It didn't look like he had closer stuff as much as you'd want, like a dominant lights out closer, but he was reliable. And Abner Uribe, he has a fastball that could be hittable. It doesn't have the movement necessarily you want. Yeah, I remember talking about this last year. I think with Ben, a little concern about that, but his numbers looked really good last year, although he didn't get to close as much as McGill, obviously. So Uncle T says Class A had a 7K per 9, just for the record. Yeah, Robert Suarez, he's nothing special, and he's had multiple seasons near 40 saves, right? I get it. Yep. Sometimes I gotta, it's not about the flashiest guy. It's about the guy who has the mental focus to lock down a 9th inning and also get outs, just get ground ball outs, avoid those fly ball outs too. So that matters. I'm going to go Santana just because it's a little bit clearer by a hair, just a hair. Yeah. There it is. 2 L's, 2 Z's, Pallazzo Podcast. Star wanted to go back in time real quick. Hey, Mike G, whatever happened to that guy you did the show with when you first started? That was Chris Deary. He's still a friend of mine. Chris Deary's alive and well. He's a happy man living his life. And yeah, good times doing salad. What did we do? We did something recently. It was fun. And we had a good time. He's happy. He's married and his life is good. So just know that Deary is out there living the American dream. Good times doing salad. JP's here. What's up, JP? JP, one of the most dedicated patrons we've ever had over the Patreon. What's up, my man? He wants to say, how do you guys feel about Jason Dominguez this season? I did not prompt him for the record on this. I did not.
Pandering, show pandering.
It really does look like major show pandering, but I did not. We talked about that before we clicked going on the air, right?
Jason Dominguez?
Did I say that on the air or not?
Yeah, you said it on the air. We talked about it.
Oh, I did. Yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel. JP, we said this earlier in the show, but I'm pro Dominguez. I think he's going to have a breakout this year. This is a guy you want to roster now, and you'll be grateful later. It looks rough right now from playing time, but this guy has all the talent. He's one of the most highly touted prospects. He's 23 going on 24. It's time. This should be the year where he takes that step forward, and it might not look like it right away. Sometimes you got to wait this shit out, and it sucks, and then you end up dropping the guy, and you're like, damn it, why did I do that? I think Jason Dominguez will be that guy this year. He really will.
Yep. Yeah. That's my only concern with him. I think we all know the talent, and there's actually been talks too, Gov. I don't know if this changes things for you. I was reading up on him because he was floating around in TGFBI, in my league at least.
Yeah.
That they want him to get regular at-bats, and that he could start the year in AAA. Not be down there forever. But
I don't deny that.
So what we just got finished talking about, though, is injuries happen. We all know Stanton, he can't open a bag of chips, apparently. So shitty his elbows are. So, which would suck. Imagine going through life not being able to open a bag of chips. So I do think there's going to be some injuries to be had in this outfield. So there could be some, and the DH spot as well could be a time for him to play there. Because I don't think his defense is as great either. So they could DH him. But yeah, how do I feel about him? I think he's a late round flyer. That'd be I'll put it that way.
Beautiful. That's a way to get on the record and move on with your life. Star Platinum says, if you draft Pagan, take Santillan late. I love it. I completely agree. I haven't been taking Santillan much, but I will start to drift more that way with the crucial. I did sign up, by the way. My main event is signed up. I'm drafting my main event next Sunday at 10 p.m. So a week from today. And that'll be the big ultimate draft where I go all in and give it everything I got. Everything I believe in has to come out of that draft. So Santillan probably be a part of that, depending, of course, on roster construction, like we talked about earlier, right?
That's right.
How you building your draft? What are your plans? What's your draft situation? JP says he can keep the Martian for $1. Even if I have to bench him, I can stash him on the bench. For $1, this is a keeper league. Mike, $1?
I do that in a heartbeat.
Oh, in a heartbeat. All right. A hot shit minute. Awesome.
For $1, of course. There's no risk here. I mean, for $1, go for it.
Oh, Uncle Ted says Martian definitely blows. Wow. So bad. He's not so bad. We're just going to disagree, Uncle T. That's fine. All right. Now so we did the professional development already, right? Was there anything we didn't cover on that? I think we did a good job.
Yeah.
Good. Now we'll get to where do they get a load of me? So these are players that are being underestimated in drafts. We're kind of not seeing them coming, but once they show up,
Wait till they get a load of me.
That's right. Batman 89. All right, Mike, you listed a player at the top here, and this is yesterday in my home league draft. Steve, who's going to be on the show Tuesday, he sniped me on this guy, and I was really upset about it.
Yeah, Max Meyer of the Miami Marlins. I have, out of all the drafts that I've done, I probably have the most shares of any one player. He's the number one guy that I have on my team. People forget too, and we talked about a little bit about him on a couple shows. He had a 14K game last year. I don't think that and Marty and I talked about him on Friday. I don't think that it's a matter of talent. I think it's a matter of him staying healthy. And he has not done a good job of showing that. This was the number 3 overall pick back in, I believe, 2020 or 2021. He's off to a phenomenal start in the spring. I believe his ERA is 0.5, or that might be his whip, and his ERA is 0. Check me on that. 12 Ks to 0 walks. And I like what I've seen so far. His most recent outing, he had 6 strikeouts. So the talent is there from a K potential.
12 Ks to 1 walk. Yep.
12 Ks to 1 walk. There you go. So I think this is a guy going extremely late in drafts that you can get and bank on the strikeout upside. He's flying under the radar, Gove. Would it surprise me that he comes out of nowhere and just is one of the better arms in that rotation? Hell no. But give me all of the Max Meyer. I think he's extremely underrated right now. I'm very excited for him to stay healthy and put it all together.
Whoa, so beautiful. So beautiful. Couldn't agree with you more. I've been drafting Max Meyer like a fiend. I think I got him TGFBI. Did I get him? I did. I got him at TGFBI. I got him in RazSlam. I got him in a lot of places here. I've drafted him as a guy that can fill out my rotation as like the last guy because he's just been sitting there. So I don't have to worry about rushing to get him. But I think that's going to pop up, man. It's going to pop up. It's only a matter of, okay, we've not seen Max Meyer have a full season yet. So people are like, well, we haven't seen a full season. Well,
yeah,
it's the first time. There's progression. Players grow. They start somewhere and they get better. Now, if you believe in the talent, he's already had his big injury, so I'm not worried about that. I'm really not. I think, although he did have, it was a hip injury last year. It wasn't even an arm issue. That was kind of a bummer. So,
right.
Injury, I got to concede the injuries a little bit, but I love Max Meyer, dude. I'm with you on this all the way.
Yeah, I think that's why his draft price is so cheap, is because of the injury history with him. But I do think he has front line of the rotation potential. I think he's that good. So, and this is a guy going, I believe, after pick 300, or maybe he's probably gone up a little bit since his spring. So he might be in the 2s somewhere. But man,
I think he's still 3s. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
We had a quick question from Frank here. Thoughts on my keepers? He's got 4 keepers: Bush, Terang, Woo, Evaldi. 12-team mix, $300 budget. Bush is $1, Terang $7, Woo is $9, Evaldi is $4.
I like it, Frank, but it also depends on what the other options were, to be 100% honest. It's hard for me to say good or bad. I mean, Bush at $1 is great, good value. Terang even at $7 is good too. So top 3 second baseman. I do think he regresses a little bit from the power perspective. I think he had 19 home runs. I wouldn't be surprised to see that come down a little. And the stolen bases were less. So I think he trades in power for speed this year. That's my stance on Terang. But even Woo at $9 is good. So yeah, but comparatively, like, I'd be interested to see what the rest of the other options were.
I like Terang to actually continue his progression, get into the 20s this year with dongs.
Okay.
And I like that price. I don't like Woo. I've said that. I'm concerned about Woo, but that's a good price for Woo. I cannot deny it. but I'm not a woo guy. So you're talking to the wrong dude when it comes to woo. Eovaldi for $4 is great, but there's no way in hell he's going to have a sub-2 ERA again. I mean, that was amazing, but he's not going to do that again. But he's still really good at limiting walks, no doubt about it. Bush for $1, that's fantastic. So congratulations. Woohoo! People love Bush. In my home league draft yesterday, somebody drafted him immediately, and some other guy was really pissed about it because he didn't get him. So there's a lot of Bush love. I mean, Britain, we know, loves Bush. So tons of Bush love in 2026 here, Mike.
He does love him some Bush. Loves Bush.
That man has always loved him some Bush. All right, move forward here. Wait till they get a load of me.
Wait till they get a load of me.
This is interesting. This next name. Go ahead, Mike. This is interesting.
Robert Suarez of the Braves. A lot of people will be drafting Rafael Iglesias as the closer there. And if you guys remember last year, he was not great. Did bounce back in the second half, though. I will mention that. And I did have this window open, and I forgot to leave it open. But Robert Suarez is a guy that, like we've just talked about, has 40 save potential and is off to a pretty good start in spring. 5 strikeouts, 3 innings pitched, 0 ERA, 0.67 WHIP. He is 35, but if Iglesias falters, which let's face it, we've kind of seen him already do it last year. Robert Suarez is a guy that I think steps right in and can get close to that 30 save mark. So, and he's going super late because, again, he's not the named closer there, but I actually like Robert Suarez and I do Iglesias at this point.
This is interesting. That bet, I mean, Robert Suarez keeps sitting there when you start a draft for a while because people don't know if it's worth taking him or not because he's not going to have a job. He is going to have a job. Rizel's been there a long time, though, and he's had challenges, but he keeps getting saves, and they still trust him. But you're right. If things go south at all, it's open season for Suarez. They also signed Suarez to a 3-year, $45 million deal. That's not peanuts.
That's not. So would it surprise you, Gove, if we saw like a committee approach there?
No, I guess it wouldn't. You think about that contract and how Rizel's on his expiring. It wouldn't at all. You're right. Mm-hmm. Depends how this goes. The Braves need to right the ship. So if there's problems there, I wouldn't be surprised that maybe they even shipped Rizel out and said, Suarez has been good for us. We're just rolling with this dude. I
was just getting ready to say that. If there's a situation where they can deal Iglesias too, that's another thing that I completely left out. So like I said, the reason why I put him on here is because a lot of my drafts, he just continues to fall. And very much like Abreu for the Astros, because a lot of people are very much pro hater. And I get that, but he's got that bicep tendonitis and he's still trying to shake that off. Mm-hmm. Suarez is one of those guys you can get super, super, super cheap. And he could be in line for another top 5 closer season if something were to happen for Iglesias. And I do think, again, he's not going to get all the save chances. I think there'll be some situations where they do bring in Robert Suarez. So just something to think about.
I love it. Hell yeah. Makes sense to me. All right. We got another one. Now, this is one I'm totally down with. I feel like people are starting to get the hype on this, but I'm still think he's in the weeds enough that he deserves mention in this category.
Yeah. Luke Keeschel of the Minnesota Twins. Go like you with first base. Second base is not very sexy to me, man. Like, I don't think that gets talked about enough either. Like, there's a big drop off for me if you don't get one of the top guys. And I don't feel good about really any of them. But Luke Keeschel is a guy that I like kind of in that middle tier that I think that you can get later in drafts that has 20 homer pop, 20 steal potential as well. I think you can go 2020. I liked what I saw from him last year. I think the talent's there. Not a very good team with Minnesota, obviously, but they're going to let him be the guy there. And I like Luke Keeschel. I think I have 1 or 2 shares. To your point, the hype is starting to get real for him, and I think he's been climbing up people's draft boards. But I don't know. I like him a lot. I think he's a guy that you can get that is in the middle tiers, and I think he has potential to finish in that top tier at the end of the season.
Oh, there you go.
Wait till they get a load of me.
I'm just a little more optimistic on second base than you are. Okay. And in fact, one of the guys that I would put in this section,
wait till they get a load of me,
is Hae-Sung Kim of the Dodgers, not Atlanta, the Korean. This guy is talented, and Tommy Edman is trash. And the Dodgers know that this guy can be a difference maker for them. So you're really only concerned, in my view, with Kim is that he won't have the playing time. But I'm banking on the fact that Hyesung Kim will have playing time that makes him a possible 2020 guy. I mean, he can easily steal 40 bags if they let him fly. He stole 13 in very limited duty last year, but he can also walk. He has a good eye. He's got good plate discipline. So I'm pro Kim making a difference for the Dodgers this year, and he's an afterthought that we're all dismissing. So whether you get a load of Hyesung Kim in 2026 where you can really kind of take the limiter off and go for the gold this year.
It's just one of those things for playing time for him. And I think I said this on a previous show, but I think Dave Roberts had said that he wants to get his bat in the lineup. And the Dodgers do a very good job of mixing and matching those kind of super utility guys. And I think Kim will be a part of that. So I do think but he's going to have to hit, right? Like, so there is a situation where that becomes a reality, Gove.
He can hit. I don't have any doubts about that. I don't.
And with Tommy Edman hurt, and I read a report yesterday because he was still floating around in my TGFBI league too with an ankle injury, not to expect him back anytime soon. So Hyesung Kim could be one of those guys where we look back and say, holy shit. And you want anybody part of that lineup with LA. It's going to be one of those situations where it's going to be top to bottom fantasy gold. Exactly.
PJ says, keep it quiet. I'm blowing up PJ's spot here. Good to have you in here, PJ. Make sure you subscribe. And everybody in here should be liking the video on YouTube right now. Everyone like it. It'll make us cooler in the world of YouTube, which matters because we live and die for our views and our likes, and that's all we care about. That's the only thing that truly matters. We would be worthless without it, right?
Yeah, and also comment on what you guys thought of Govier's professional development, him in a blue suit.
Great job.
Yeah, that's fun. I've got more ideas for everybody. That's why I'm trying to get updated photos.
Boy.
I got good stuff brewing. Always classy, never appropriate, but good times. Angelo jumped in here real quick. He just wanted to say, I added Abreu off the wire in my 10-team Souls League. Brain. I call everybody Brain who spells it like that. So
yeah,
Brian Abreu, whatever. He also says Jax is on the wire too. Do you prefer either Jax or Abreu for Souls League? They're both good.
Yeah, they're both good. I think Jax has some of the nastiest stuff in baseball, but if in a Souls League, like I wouldn't be super attached to. Now, here's the thing, because I had this question. Souls, meaning the category is save or holds, or you be playing in a holds and saves league. Those are completely different things. So
that's a great point. We do need clarity on that. I assume when people say solds, actually, I don't know what they mean. You're right.
Yeah.
They had to let us know. Is it two categories or is it one combined? Because if it's one combined, then you never have to rush a closer. It just makes picking up all these guys makes closers pointless almost.
It does. In my dynasty league, we play in a saves plus holds league, and everybody was drafting in the available closers. And I don't know why, because I was just taking, like, I took Jeremiah Estrada, I took Tanner Scott, I took Santillan, I took Taylor Rogers for the Blue Jays, right? Like,
yeah.
If you're playing a holds league, by the way, I just want to get on record of saying this. Jeremiah Estrada, 100 Ks, lock. Guys going to be able to get you holds there right behind me.
Will Vest, guys like that.
Yep. Have to have those.
Got to, mister. And Star's getting excited, guys. His main event's in 52 minutes. I'm starting to get that nervousness in my stomach.
Good luck, my brother. Go get him. Good luck.
Yeah, we know Star's one of the, honestly, I've said this before. Star is one of the best players in this chat. He really is. This guy knows his stuff. Okay. And then Angela also said Jeff McNeil's being overlooked. Wait till he get a load. Jeff McNeil is a guy, really interesting, Mike. I've been looking at him a lot. He's being dismissed. You're right. He kind of fits in this category of wait till they get a load of me. He's done it before. He's got a career batting average that is much higher than his last two seasons have shown. And he's in a great park now. He's athletic, a Sacramento Athletic. It's Sutter Health Park. I've been looking at him. It's just a matter of health and can the batting average bounce back? Because my concern is that he hasn't done it in a couple of seasons now.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Jeff McNeil.
Oh,
yeah, he's got good plate discipline, but I just don't like his really anything. Doesn't really do much. Like he hit 270 in 2023, which I think is an outlier, but I think he's more of a 230, 240 max.
Wait. Okay, I'm gonna blow you up here because he's a career 284 hitter.
Well, what's been going on with the last two seasons then?
Right. That's my question. You're right. It's not just like a couple of years. He's played 7+ seasons, a 284 career hitter. He's had some real high ones, like 326. He's had some big 300 seasons that make it top heavy because the last 2 years look like shit. So that's my only question is why can he not hit for average still? It'd be one thing if it was power or something like that. I'm trying to unlock the mysteries. Tons of ground balls and aren't getting through. Bad BABIP luck. There's a lot of things you could look at. His BABIP has plummeted the last 2 years. So he's a career 305 BABIP guy, Mike, and he's had a 256 and a 253 the last 2 years for BABIP. So I'm thinking better luck, better days for McNeil in 26.
Especially in that ballpark. The XBA was 266. So you're right. 243 to 266 is a pretty substantial jump. So might be a little bit of bad luck there, but let's take a look at 2024. Oof, not too good, right? But you can still see the whiff and the K percentage is still pretty elite there. Hard hit rate, just not a guy who's going to deliver much power. So
but that's okay for batting average, right?
Yeah, if you need a batting average guy, maybe a guy who scores some runs, depending on where he hits in this lineup, I think that's not a bad call.
I think it's worth taking just because he's so deep in drafts. It's worth taking a flyer. If you find that you've not really had the ideal roster construction for batting average, he's worth taking to kind of pick up your batting average and hope that he bounces back this year in a better offensive situation.
Yeah.
And more, we just talked about that actually. I think I feel a lot more confident about it now. So, hey, The show helps me. The show helps you. That's what we do here. All right, who else you got here, Mike? There he is. This is what we mentioned earlier. Go ahead.
Dalton Varsho, and I put, for those of you guys who can't see our show sheet, none of you can except Govier and I put 3 question marks next to it because I know how Govier feels about Dalton Varsho, and I think he knows how I feel about him as well. So I just think it's one of those situations where this is the spring hype. He does look good, Gov. He's been hitting the ball out of the ballpark in Toronto. Good lineup.
Yes.
From a power perspective, I don't think you're going to get much out of him from a batting average point, but I think from home runs, I think it's what you get late. If you're looking for late pop, I think Dalton Varsho is a guy that you could possibly start looking at. I'm still out. I'm not drafting him at current cost. But if he falls to me, I might consider it.
Biz is here. He got here late. What's up, Bizza? Varsho, think back in time. It's amazing how shit changes. Yeah. Remember when he was a super hot catching prospect for the D-backs?
Yes, D-backs, yeah.
Like he could steal bags. Like this guy's awesome because he's going to be an X factor, a catcher stealing 20, 30 bags. And that just died. It didn't really pan out. And he's never really panned out. He's had moments and flashes. Yeah. But he's a long way from that guy I thought he was 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't give a shit. I feel like if I'm desperate for power later, I could be looking at him, but I don't think he provides enough. I don't want to hurt my batting average. I don't like taking guys that crush my batting average. Like, he's got the steals and the power, so it's worth it. No, it's not worth it to me. I feel like if I build my team right, I don't have to take anybody who's a super detriment in that situation.
Yeah, 238 last year, 214 the year before, 220. And the XBA was actually 226 last year. So good barrel rate, but he does chase a lot, doesn't take a whole lot of walks. I just think there's a lot of holes to his swing. It's just, I don't know. If I need pop and I need a safe 20 home runs, which I think is reasonable for Dalton Varsho, I think this is a guy that, again, not a bad pick, but probably still out.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a unique opinion you have there, Michael.
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
2 other guys I wanted to talk about really quick because I do want to do the Shine or Ride the Pine part if you have time.
Yep.
Mike Burrows is getting a lot of hype right now in spring training. Looks good. I know we're talking about it from Houston, going over from Pittsburgh to Houston, but do you have any interest in Mike Burrows there, Gov?
Sure, absolutely. I'm interested. He got drafted yesterday late, and I was surprised how late he went, and I thought it was a great steal for the guy in our home league who got it. And we'll be talking more about that draft on Tuesday with Steve, by the way, but I like Mike Burrows.
There you go. Okay. And the last one, homer pick. I like Samuel Basallo as well. I think this is a guy too.
I don't see this one.
Yeah. I like it from the fact is I do think he's going to split time between catcher and first base with Adley Rutschman or DH, any one of those 3 positions. Cranked one out yesterday. If you guys saw that home run, if you didn't, go check it out. Really entertaining to watch. He kind of gives me like Rafi Devers vibes, Gov. And I'm not saying that he's going to be that way out of the gate, but that's the kind of like I could see that in his swing. Again, second-year player, is only 21, but I do think they're going to try to get him in the lineup, probably bat towards the lower third. But I think this is a 20-homer pop guy for sure. And the more and more that I watch him play, I'm super excited about that. So you can see that we have up on there here the screen. You can see him batting 6th against righties, and then not in the lineup at all against lefties. Which I don't know if I agree with this, to be 100% honest. Sitting Basayo, Cowser, and Beaver seems like in favor of of Blaze Alexander and Jeremiah Jackson. I don't know.
Yeah. Woo! Well, platoons are platoons. There's more right-handed starters than lefties, so that does favor. That's obviously strong side platoon for Basallo. I really like Basallo's bat. I just don't know. The Orioles are always a very scary place to try to trust playing time and opportunity. They burn me a lot. So I got my own PTSD with the Orioles. I admit that freely. I do. Yeah. And if I do see immediate signs that Basallo is playing and he's raking, then shit, I'll regret it. I think you're on. He's got the talent. He has the talent. Someone I respect told me a while ago they looked like kind of a Miguel Cabrera type, possibly, which is a huge compliment.
Yeah, hitting 320 this spring. Hit his first home run yesterday, 7 RBIs. 414 OBP, 974 OPS. The talent's there. He's the number one catcher prospect in all of baseball at 21 years old. So if he's up, I think they're going to try to find him at bats for sure. He's a difference maker with the bat. So
Wait till they get a load of me.
Look at this shit.
No, he's not.
Oh!
Yeah, I hope I'm wrong, because that would be like just completely just after we just got finished shitting on him to come back. That'd be a great show. Like, what happened? You're all shit talking about Dalton Varsho. He just cranked 40 out. So
yeah, Star Platinum says Varsho's going to hit 40 dongs this year. Woo!
Wow, dude.
That is wow. Okay, well that's interesting.
Sorry, really quick. Honorable mentions for me. I just wanted to quickly bring this up between Shea Langoliers and Ryan Soderstrom. I know those guys aren't like falling down anybody's draft boards, but these are guys that I'm extremely excited about. Everyone's going to be drafting Nick Kurtz, and rightfully so. I think Shea Langoliers and Ryan what's God, I'm having a brain fart. Ryan, is it Ryan Soderstrom?
Tyler.
I don't know why I said Ryan. Here I am hyping these guys up. I don't even know the guy's last name or first name.
Who are you?
Shea Langoliers and Tyler Soderstrom, I think, are guys that can easily hit 30 plus homers again this year. I think Soderstrom fell short of that by 5 or so. But Langoliers is this year's Cal Raleigh from 40, 50 homer pop bat here. And I think Soderstrom can be right behind him in that 30 plus homers. So I'm very excited about both of these players. Quickly wanted to mention that I think both outperformed their ADP.
It feels good. Yeah. It feels good.
Feels good to be right. Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Frank says, oh, nope, that's not the one. Bangaliers in his 3-homer game the other day. There you go. That's fun, right? Yep. But Frank says, as a Jays fan, I hope Starr is right. But no. Oh, no. Frank, come on. Angelo says, Grant Holmes has looked good this spring. Wait till they get a load of Grant Holmes. Grant Holmes had a 3.99 ERA last year.
Top waiver. Yeah, one of the top waiver wire ads early on in the season so far. I don't hate it because he's going to have a rotation spot with all those injuries.
Yes. I like him this year. I got to warm up to him more. But here's a guy I totally agree with Uncle T. Will Warren moved to the opposite side of the rubber this spring, has been dominating. I'm big. I love Will Warren this year. Will Warren takes a jump this year. Joe agrees. Will Warren fire. I'm pro Will Warren, folks. He's a Yankee. I hate the Yankees. I hate that the Yankees dominate culture, that New York dominates culture. We got a wonderful country filled with people from the Mid-Atlantic to the Midwest, of course, out to the great Rocky Mountains. There's a whole country out there. But Will Warren is going to be good this year, and I've been targeting him as one of my key last starters in my rotation so far.
Nice job.
Great job.
Great job.
All right. Let's do a little shot around the pine to close out the show here. And that'll be a doozy for us. We always pick projections. And today I've been wanting to get to this. We haven't done it. So wanted to use the Bat X. How about that? You down with the Bat X?
I'm down. I did I gave you 6 here. Okay.
Okay, great. Let's do it. And
I tried to be categorically diverse, if you will. Try to get across the board on most things, not all of them, but most.
Sure.
So I'm going to start us off with a guy who's getting a lot of hype in drafts. Jacob Marcy. The Bat X stolen bases is 26. Shine or ride the pine?
Shine it all day. As long as he's healthy, he should totally top that number.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that one. What do you think his ceiling is, though, if you had to put a number on it?
50?
Yeah, I was going to say 40 to 50 for me is something I can definitely see him doing. I know a lot of people have some concerns about his batting average, and especially as his batting average in the minors too wasn't that great. Does that scare you off on Jacob Marcy at all?
No, I'm helped by his walk. His ability and his plate discipline will be crucial to reducing the lulls and the lows when he gets into a rut and gets on base and it can steal because of the walks. I love that.
Yep. I like that lineup too in Miami. I really do. I think it's better than people think.
I think it's a really interesting lineup. There's guys I've been looking at that I'm like, well, like Connor Norby, people just dismissed him entirely. It's totally over. It's not totally over for Connor Norby. There's some pop in there. He had injury issues last year, and I know that he's looking at a possible utility role this year, but Kyle Stowers, Augustine Ramirez, Xavier Edwards, Griffin Conine's back. Again, another guy was out all year. And if you like Owen Casey in the mix, there's some interesting bats. I love their pitching. Their hitting is not bad.
This one's probably an easy one, slam dunk as well, because we just got finished. Well, at least for me, because I just got finished hyping him up. Star.
Oh, no.
Can be that good. Okay. Shea Bangaliers, 3-homer game yesterday. Shy to Ryan the Pine, 29 home runs.
Oh my God, it seems so easy, barring injury. Shine
as well. Jaron Duran runs, and this is definitely wrong. I don't know why I have this in here. I got to look this one up. I had Jaron Duran runs at 25. He's only going to score 25 runs.
That's awesome. Wow. Good job, Jaron. That's amazing.
Yeah, definitely a typo, but we'll skip that one. I will find it. Next one here, and I'm so glad I put this in here because I didn't want to leave the show without talking about him. Mason Miller. Shine around the Pine, 99 strikeouts.
By the way, Jaron Duran, 82 runs.
Okay.
I'll Shine 82. That seems kind of low. If he plays enough, he should be able to top that in that lineup.
I'll Shine as well. We're agreeing on everything. This is not good.
Yeah, it's not good at all.
Mason Miller K's Shine to Ride the Pine 99.
I'll Shine it because I think even as a straight closer, he can crack 100 Ks no problem.
100% agree. And the reason why I put him in here, Gove, and I'm this high on Mason Miller, I'm going to do everything I possibly can to get him in tonight's draft. It's a redraft league. It's head-to-head categories. It's actually one of the main reasons why I like this league is because it's so simple. It's just head-to-head cats. So we just drag and drop. There isn't anything you have to worry about with budget or anything. It's just super easy, which is why I like it. It's refreshing.
That's my home league.
Yeah.
Yep. Yahoo.
But
Yahoo.
Exactly. OG Yahoo guy over here.
Me too.
You are too. Yeah, that's right.
First year ever.
Yeah.
1999.
I think we're going to be looking at an historic season for Mason Miller this year, not only from a saves perspective, but from a case perspective as well. And bold take, insane fantasy take, if you have this on the board still, Mason Miller wins the NL Cy Young. Book it.
Wait, what'd you say? You said that Mason Miller is going to win the Cy Young in the National League. Is that what you're telling us?
That's what I'm telling you.
Are you kidding me? Where do you come up with shit like this? You got shit for brains, son. You been out there. Insane fantasy takes. Why you taking that player? Crazy.
I'm going with it. Historic season for Mason Miller incoming. Another one here.
Relievers don't really win that anymore, though. So that's the only problem I got with it because they're so lame. Writers are lame. People are lame.
That's true. Next one here, and I put it in here because he's my favorite number one Mike Virginia guy. I couldn't end a show without not talking about him. Carter Jensen home runs. Shine or Ride the Pine 12.
Jensen's talent is there. Opportunity means everything. 12 dongs in a stadium with new fencing. Easier to. By the way, a lot of Royals hitters crushing it in the World Baseball Classic. Pasquantino, Michael Garcia.
Yep.
12 seems very doable, but I'm going to get crazy here, and I'm going to ride the pine on 12 dongs for Carter Jensen.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Great job.
Be shitting on my guy, Gove. I think here's the thing. Where like a lot of people have asked me this on Twitter as well. I don't think there's a situation where he doesn't see playing time. I really don't, because he's going to be switching between catcher and first base with Salvi. Salvi's another year older. They can't have him hit catch every game. And he's one of the best catching prospects. He's on the team. If he's up there, he's playing. So that's my personal stance on it. Do I think he has like 30 homer pop? No, but I do think he'll have like 15 to 17, 18 home runs. So I'm going to go ride the pine here in hopes, because I have a shit ton of Carter Jensen shares on all my fantasy teams.
Wait, you're riding the pine on the 12 home runs?
No, sorry. I'm shining. Did I say right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you did. I was freaking out.
Sorry.
I was like, wait a minute.
Shining. I think he hits 15 to 18 home runs. Respectable batting average, a lot of RBI and run potential as well, and some stolen bases. So give me Carter Jensen. I love him.
Just want to show you this real quick. This is Salvador Perez's game log from last year, starting in the beginning of the year. A lot of catchers here, plenty of catching. There's
First
DHs,
base.
a lot of DHs, first base, 1 first base, 2 first base, 3, 4 that month. Yeah, a lot of catching still. Even though he's 35, man, this guy can still get behind the plate and catch a lot. So I'm listening to you. And even in that, you might think, oh, late in the season, he's getting tired. Look at this catching he did in August, September. Yeah, so interesting.
But if it's not Carter Jensen playing DH, and let's just say for argument's sake that he is Salvy's going to play catcher most of the year, who is going to be playing DH?
Salvador
playing DH. I'm saying if he's
playing DH.
If Salvy is catching, who is the designated hitter?
Not sure it's Jensen. I have to look at the roster here. We know, by the way, we know Vinny P's playing first. We know that.
Yeah.
If I look at the roster real quick here over on Mike Curlin's Prospect Live site, wonderful stuff over here. And yeah, so you got Salvador DH, you got Carter they got Carter strong platoon at catcher starting versus righties. Lane Thomas is on this team, Starling Marte, Drew Massey, Drew Waters on the bench. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
There's just nobody I think is going to be maybe
if one of these outfielders come back to life. That's my only thing. If one of these outfielders come back from the brink, Lane Thomas looks left for dead. If he comes back this year, he might get to play some more, and that could hurt Carter Jensen. That's my only concern. But it looks like Carter Jensen does have the opportunity to be in the lineup more often than not.
Yeah. So, anyways, we talked about him enough.
I don't want to poo-poo him. I don't.
You want to change your stance? Did I hear a shit in there?
I did.
Are we
I'm not going to change my stance though, but
damn it.
The hype's getting high, and rookie catchers, boy, it's no easy task. I love Kyle Teal though, so
would you rather have Kyle Teal or Carter Jensen?
Teal all day. Lock me in. Even with the hammy, you bastards.
Yeah. All right.
Better batting average without question. I do admit more power could come from Carter. I understand that.
Okay. I don't hate that. I think you're right there. Christopher Sanchez W's the wins here. Okay. They have, I thought this was low, go 14. Shine and ride the pine.
I don't think it's that low. I'm going to ride the pine out though, because I'm not a fan this year. So I got to stick to what I've been saying. I'm riding the pine on 14 wins, less than 14 wins for Christopher Sanchez in 2026.
There you go. I don't know. This number seems like I keep looking at it. I'm like, I think he can get up there. The lineup's good. The division's tough, but I liked what I've seen from him, and I was wrong on him. I was out on him last year, folks. Mike Virginia was wrong. Okay. I'm fully admitting that.
Wow, dude.
Can't be right all the time. And it does happen from time to time where I am.
Well, no, it's about today though.
Today, Junior.
Great bit. Great one. God, you were the king of buttons. Christopher Sanchez, 14. I'm in a shine. I think he gets like the 17, 18 potential. So,
okay. That seems to be what most people would agree with,
The Star says under on that. That's a lot of wins in this generation of pitchers.
That makes sense to me. And I also just don't know that he'll get the breaks on that. So good call. You never know. Run support, all kinds of weird shit happens, right?
Do you have any Christopher Sanchez shares? Like if you're out on the top three, because I think the fourth one off the board after Crochet, Skeens, and Scooble is Christopher Sanchez. You don't have any shares?
It is.
Why won't you die?
I don't have a single share. I don't have a single share, man. I'm not doing it. I have Crochets and a Scooble, and I don't have any Skeens. I would draft Skeens, but I chose Crochet multiple times over Skeens, and I don't have any Sanchez, and I won't be. If you're looking at a draft and you're like, okay, well, I'd love one of these top three, but I didn't get one. I'd like to get an ace. I would say that Christopher Sanchez is not the guy I would want, and I'm just going to go in a different direction. Like the other thing is, I was like Yoshi Yamamoto. I'm like, it's 6-man rotation at times, possible phantom IL stints. The Dodgers could be goofy. And then you start looking at Logan Gilbert, Logan Webb. I would prefer, though, this is where it comes down to, and I just realized it. I'd rather take Hunter Brown over Christopher Sanchez.
I don't hate that, dude. I really don't.
Not that bad. I mean,
yeah, I can see
Not
a
that far
season.
wrong.
Yeah, I could see this year Hunter Brown having a better season than Christopher Sanchez. I think you probably get more Ks from Hunter Brown too. So
oh, bye.
Wow, dude.
No, that makes me feel good. We're agreeing too much, but we have disagreed somewhat. Star Platinum says, under that, a lot of wins with this generation of pitchers. We got that one. Frank says, Ramon Laureano had a nice little season last year. Repeat. Everybody keeps talking about this guy. Like, he comes back and he's back from the dead and he's just going to keep doing it now. I'm not so sure of that. I am not interested in drafting him. I'd rather find other guys that I feel I have more confidence and trust in. I'm not interested this year.
I've gotten him late. So I think I have like one share, but I'm not overly interested in drafting him. I think he's a solid player. Like, he's not going to hurt you anywhere. So I think if he's like a 4th or 5th outfielder type, I think that's fine. But yeah.
I'm glad he agrees with me on Hunter Brown. That makes me feel better. I feel like we're not talking about Hunter Brown enough. He's been really consistent. He's in the prime of his life. He's 27 years old. He's their ace, and he's reliable.
I actually traded, and I'm kicking myself in the ass for it. It was part of a package, and I can't remember the deal off the top of my head, but I actually traded Hunter Brown for Yamamoto in a dynasty league. I'm kind of kicking myself in that. So,
ooh, is it it's dynasty? It's not head-to-head cats.
It is dynasty. Yeah. Well, you just said dynasty or head-to-head cats. They're both.
It is both.
You mean dynasty or redraft?
No, it's dynasty head-to-head cats.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's not so bad then. Yamamoto and head-to-head cats is fine. It's just if you're looking for volume, that's the only concern. But since it's head-to-head cats, I got no beef with that because Yamamoto could be the best pitcher in baseball. He just might not get the volume that some of the studs get.
I've said it before on the show. I'm going to say it again. You're going to start seeing more, not just with the Dodgers. You're going to start seeing more and more 6-man rotations. The years of 5-man rotations are slowly dying. I'm telling you. There are going to be more and more 6-mans because of all the injuries that are happening with a lot of these guys.
Can't trust me.
You will see more and more 6s. I promise you. Maybe even starting this year to keep guys healthy longer for the long run, especially your playoff teams.
He's locked in. Good call, Mike. Call him like you see him. That's what we do here on the Pallazzo Podcast. 2 L's, 2 Z's. Michael Govier and Mike Virginia. I think we've done a good job. Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Appreciate it. If you guys still have drafts tonight, good luck. Gov, you said your draft is this Sunday or next? For
my main event's in a week, and that's the big one. I did my home league yesterday, which we'll talk about on Tuesday. My Raz Slam is completed, which I'll share over on the Patreon, and I'll talk about in the Discord. My TGFBI still has 5 rounds to go.
Ooh, I'm so glad to be done with that one. I don't have any more.
So done?
Yeah, I'm so done. I'm already done. It hasn't started.
We're at round 25. Yeah. I don't know if we're the slowest yet, but we might be. And my Pallazzo Podcast Invitational is also in round 25, which is halfway because it's a 50-round drafting hole, which Mike said last week seemed like a lifetime ago when he did his league, which was League One.
Britton and Ben are in my league. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see what the advantages or disadvantages to that were for both of us because it can happen both ways. Drafting in beginning of February versus drafting in mid-March, there could be advantages both ways.
Very true.
Right?
Very true.
But yeah, so those are my big drafts still yet to come next week. But yeah, we'll talk more about that this week. A lot of shows this week. We'll be doing our show plus some bonus shows I'll be throwing in here. Mike, you can have another Friday show this week. You got something brewing or what's the deal there?
I'm going to be looking for any of the content creators that are out there listening and watching us right now. If you're interested in coming on talking baseball with me, I'd love to have you on. Get on the record. Talk about your targets, your sleepers, your busts, or anything else you want to talk about. I'd love to have you on Friday. So if you're watching this, hit me up in the DMs.
Great idea. That's awesome.
Great job.
Yeah, so cool. All right, thanks, everybody. He's Mike Virginia at _Mike VA. I'm at MJ Govier. Pallazzo Podcast, 2 L's, 2 Z's. Everybody in the Pallazzo universe. We got Prospects Power Hour Monday night. Be there for that with Ben and Robbie and Sammy. Sam and Britton are in New York, leaving soon. They'll talk about their auction draft, I'm sure, this week. And Britton will be back from his long break, and that'll be fun. So for Mike, I'm Mike. Live chat. So good, so good. We'll see you.
Carlos Delgado.
Excellent choice. Too bad I got him 3 rounds ago.
You're still on the clock.
Oh, shit!
You gotta do something. We need a name.
Hideki Matsui.
You just took my whole outfield.
Sorry, Charlie.
What is this?
Debbie,
What the fuck is this?
that's our fantasy baseball draft.
We said no wives.
Your fantasy what?
It's our draft. The fantasy baseball. I told you all about this. Got Matsui.